Hi, my name is Nicole Flynn, and I'm ready to set this sickness-filled, alcohol-obsessed, abuse, and morally corrupt world on fire. But probably not in the way that you're thinking. I'm not expecting you to just join my march without even knowing me at all. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My childhood was less than desirable. It was filled with divorce, violation, foster care, abandonment, and a life-altering accident when I was 18 years old. I was on my way to get ready to go to college for youth ministry and motivational speaking when I was crossing the street in broad daylight and a woman was distracted and talking on her cell phone. And she hit me, knocking me unconscious, fracturing my skull, my hip, and my ankle. I remained unconscious for a month and a half. It was when I was in my third out of 4 hospitals that I started to come to and figure out, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not on my way to college. I'm in a hospital bed. I can't walk. I can't talk. I can barely swallow. And I started praying because it's what I know to do best. I literally threw my hands up in the air and pled with the Lord. And I said, listen, Lord, I want to do your work. I want to tell of your greatness. I want to tell everyone that nothing is impossible, that everything happens for a reason. Behind our pain, there is purpose. But you have to help me out here. You have to help me get up, gain strength, be able to walk and be able to talk, because I don't think that people are really going to listen if I can't do those things. And I want to do your work. I want to be your disciple. And oh, by the way, could you send me a really cute Christian guy? I was 19, so of course my mind was on boys. It wasn't totally on my sickness and what's happening to me. And little did I know that he would do just that. He would send me someone in the most unexpected way possible. I was attending 2 rehabilitation programs when I met my husband. I was literally cleaning animal cages when in walked this absolutely handsome guy with tattoos, and he was tall. And I was introduced to him, and he still shook my hand and looked at me and smiled, even though I had really thick glasses on and I was hobbling with my quad cane. He didn't judge me. And did I mention that he was really, really handsome? And it was pretty much history from there. We studied our animals together one evening, and the following day he asked me to go out with him. And of course I said no right off the bat. But then after 5 minutes of driving in the car, I was like, yes, I'll go out with you. And it was pretty much history from there. When I met him, I was Methodist, Presbyterian, baptized Baptist. I had denomination hopped my whole entire adolescence and childhood because of the fact that they all had different rules. They had different teachings, and I didn't agree with something in that church. I didn't agree with the rule. I didn't agree with the teaching. I didn't agree with something morally wrong with that. And then I sucked it up and I attended Mass with him despite all of my preconceived notions. And it felt right. In the Catholic Mass, I felt at home. There were no specific rules that had been changed. There was nothing throughout the history of the church that had been switched. It was home. The Spirit was moving. He was alive in the Mass. He was alive in the homily. He was there, and he still is today. I suffer from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS, and I have trouble walking. It hurts, and some days I can't even get out of bed because my migraines are so debilitating. And getting up and down on the kneeler is kind of a task with EDS. But all of those problems are just taken away in the Mass. they go away. It's beautiful. And my children in Mass, totally amazing to watch. My husband likes to do this thing with them when they're little, where he says, look up on the altar. There are angels. There's angels on the altar. And to see the way that their faces light up and they look at the altar and they look at the priest is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's why we have kept the faith strong in our family. And every single night we have to put them to bed, whether we are tired or they are tired or they are fighting or not. They demand that we put them to bed with a rosary. They plead with us to do the rosary. Do you know how amazing that is? And just so you know, making this video has been so hard for me. I'm totally jumping topics, totally random, but that's how I know it's right, because this video has been so difficult to do with the children and with the dogs and with everything going on. And the 5 million times that I have lost my train of thought, it's difficult. But I know that there's beauty in this video, because the devil doesn't want me to do it, because he keeps letting all these things happen to me. And it's messy, but that's life. Life is messy and hurt happens. But that's what I want everyone to understand, that no matter who you are, no matter what you've been through, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, God is there for you. His door is always open. You can pray to him and talk to him whenever you need to. No matter how distraught you are, no matter how alone you feel in the midst of this pandemic, God is there. And I believe with my whole heart that there's a reason for this pandemic. There are so many things to get from it. For myself personally, I've been able to give up so many things. I've been able to get so much closer to him through prayer and through seeing my children function and through schooling them the way that I've had to. And this pandemic is just like every other thing that's happened in life. It's God giving us an opportunity. What are we going to take from it? What are we going to learn from it? Hopefully, from hearing me speak, you'll understand that with this opportunity, he's giving you the opportunity to join me and set this world on fire.